दोस्तों, मैं एजाज खान आपका डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी के इस कार्यक्रम में स्वागत करता हूं। यूआईसी आपके पास लेके आया है आज का इंडस्ट्री गेस्ट लेक्चर सीरीज का ये सेशन। दोस्तों, पिछले सेशंस में आपने देखा और सुना, इस वक्त हालात जैसे भी हों, लेकिन आने वाला वक्त बहुत पॉजिटिव है। अपॉर्चुनिटीज आएंगी, एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ेगा, बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्रीज की ग्रोथ बहुत अच्छी होगी। ऐसी एक इंडस्ट्री जहां ग्रोथ निश्चित है, वो है हेल्थ केयर। इस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में और जानकारी देने के लिए हमारे साथ आज जुड़े हैं आज के गेस्ट स्पीकर, जिनका नाम है श्री कुमार दासगुप्ता। Mr. Dasgupta has more than 20 years of experience. He's worked with several MNCs. He has held leadership positions in companies like Virtusa, Nokia, Motorola, and Wipro. Currently, he's working as Vice President of Product Development and Service Delivery at Parker Consulting Labs. Mr. Dasgupta, I welcome you to this program.
Thank you.
आज का हमारा टॉपिक है IT intervention in healthcare. And Mr. Dasgupta, I'll hand over the session to you. Mic is all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Isaac, for the great introduction. So, let's get to the topic. This is healthcare is one of the industry that you rightly said is recession-proof. Healthcare has been growing at about 12 to 14% year on year, and post-COVID, we are seeing enormous investment coming into healthcare and a lot of jobs opening up across the world, specifically in India, and probably this is a time for all of us to seize this opportunity. To give you all a breakup of how the market size is, it's 12 trillion US dollar. Put your zeros. I don't know how much it makes up. And Indian market is 120 billion today, healthcare market. But for us to grow to 300 billion by 2025, so you can see there is an enormous opportunity there. And what I will structure this session is the different players in healthcare industry, how an engineer can contribute into the industry, and different intervention like how IT specifically can uplift the healthcare overall healthcare scenario, and what is our role as an IT engineer or engineering students to be a part of this ecosystem. So here you can see the entire ecosystem of the healthcare, where it starts with life sciences, which is the biggest part. You have the medical devices, you have the clinical trials, clinical development, and so a lot of engineers, including electronics, mechanical, biomedical, and software and electrical engineers get employed into this particular segment, and this is a huge segment. So you have heard of names of Philips, Siemens, Medtronic, Covidien, big companies which recruit big times and are all like 50 to 60 billion dollar organization, and they all have their offshore development center in India, and they do recruit all types of discipline, and this is an industry that you should look at probably as an entry point. And then you have the healthcare providers, you have the research, you have the pharmacies. Pharmacies recruit a lot of chemical engineers, a lot of biomedics, a lot of research gets into the pharmaceutical industry. And right now, you know, Madrid for COVID vaccine and billions of dollars getting invested there. So a sweet spot, definitely for all of you there. And there are other segments where probably not engineering people get into, but food, the nutrition, and that thing comes into the healthcare ecosystem. You have the healthcare providers, the hospital system, the doctor, nurses, and huge ecosystem that gets into that. And government is a big spender in healthcare. How you get ready for the pandemic, what you do for your vision as providing treatment to each and every citizen, and a lot of strategy is made there. Probably with time and with experience, some of you should aspire to get there. So this is, in short, how we can put a picture in your mind, like the entire healthcare ecosystem works on. Moving to the next thing, we will get into a topic where we will get into this discussion where IT can put uh, a real benefit to entire healthcare industry. What happens today? You see, you have IoTs, you have medical devices, you have wearables, you have mobile, which takes track of your steps and the physical work that you are doing, and they're all pulling this data into one system and predicting what can happen next to you. So there is a lot of data science, there is a lot of artificial intelligence, a lot of automation that is going there, and a tremendous opportunity for you all to get into part of this industry purely from an IT point of view. So interoperability is one big thing that is creating a revolution today. You have different system putting data in different ways. You have this medical devices which are at the patient. You might have seen in the health in a hospital, bedside monitors. Previously, they were just transmitting the data, transient data, and nobody was storing it. Now, this data are stored, they are analyzed. Doctors are getting actionable feedback from this data, and this is improving the health of thousands and millions, and putting a tremendous benefit everywhere. So you will be part of this ecosystem if with some sort of focus that you can put on how you want to be a part of it, be it into data science, be it in artificial intelligence, maybe it into the robotics part of it, some regulation like HIPAA, FDA, the ROHS, which is reduction of hazardous substance, which is very much relevant. So these are some topics you can study in your free time and make yourself ready for the industry. Industry will definitely love some of you to know these things along with your existing knowledge of engineering, and you can get quickly absorbed into the industry. Let us discuss some more intervention. I mean, where all we can put IT. IT is the heart of entire thing. So how IT can get things better, right? We had discussion. So one thing is patient experience. Today, everybody wants a great experience from a hospital, from any interaction. So customer relationship management in hospital industry is also a big factor to gain more and more patient satisfaction. IT gives that for you. Care coordination. People are at home, people are at everywhere, but doctors are having a watch on them. So this coordination earlier never happened. You are on the move, you have a wearable device on you, and doctor at the hospital is getting your real-time vital stats and measuring you, monitoring you, which was not there, say, even 15 years back. But in last 5-7 years, with the help of telemetry, with the help of interoperability, this has been possible. There are a lot of things happening today in cost reduction in healthcare, because you have to be efficient, you have to be in the profitable, but yet should not charge more. So how that happens? IT brings that part of it. They analyze the redundant data, they analyze the what are the expenses that can be fine-tuned. So that is another part of IT that gets into the picture. And I mean, this is a huge area where a lot of companies are working in. We also have systems of intelligence in place now. We have a lot of predictive analytics that goes into the field. And this is all based on the data modeling and machine learning and artificial intelligence. This is something that I would like you to really look into for a future guideline, and prepare yourself how artificial intelligence and machine learning can improve healthcare industry. And you will get a lot of case studies, a lot of insight and relevant insight, which you should study and get yourself ready there. And connected health is another thing. Now we have IoT, we have a lot of devices. You have these Fitbits, you are wearing on your wrist, you have mobile, you have many other devices that is sending your parameters of your vital health parameters every time, storing it, and then what you do with it. You monitor, you create actionable item out of it, you create something, right? So you don't create it, software creates it and puts it into the right way. So you can do a self-diagnosis based on that. You can be your own doctor. This is a great area to delve into, and I want to put a focus there, even like the connected health, how automation and robotic process automation can help you, everyone there. And this is a topic that probably in future will give you a big entry point into the industry. Having said that, can I take some questions here?
Today in AKTU, we have almost 2.5 lakh students across all the degrees and all the branches and all the years. Now that we see what you have also mentioned, that there's a lot of opportunities that are going to come. How should students of different degrees and branches leverage how can they growth opportunities that we have spoken about?
First thing is to understand what are the branches that are relevant to which part of the healthcare ecosystem. So if you've seen that devices, medical devices is a big part, and nobody can do without mechanical engineering, without electrical, without the knowledge of hardware. So it is not only the IT or computer science that creates a difference there. Then you have biomed students, biotechnologies, which gets into the field of clinical research and other areas. Then you have chemical engineering, which is in great demand in pharmaceutical industry. You have civil engineers providing the infrastructure support for all the hospitals, all the other, the air conditioning play a vital role. The safety regulation in hospitals play a big role. I mean, if you don't have the right regulation, and this is the engineers that ensure that they are compliant with this, fire, hazard. So these are the different areas that I'm talking where you come. Apart from the software and computer science engineering, which is, of course, which we spoke about the IT side of it. Preparing for them for these jobs starts early. Knowing the healthcare industry helps a lot. Knowing some of the regulations that are there, HIPAA, the data protection, RoHS, how the reduction of hazardous material helps in the low lead and the other materials in manufacturing the devices, right? So this impresses the companies because they know that the students are already knowing about the healthcare regulations, the norms, FDA guidelines, the risk that goes along with the regulation risk. So these are all available in the open domain, and different country has their different law, but probably the entire world follow the US regulation more or less. So that should be one point to start with. So FDA, HIPAA, RoHS, these are certain things that helps students to prepare, impress upon their employers to get into the healthcare space, alongside their engineering proficiency, of course.
Right, thank you. We also have Dr. Babita, who is director of UIC. Dr. Babita, would you want to ask some question which is relevant for the students?
So first of all, Mr. Gupta, we really welcome you at this platform, and you have accepted our invitation and you have come down. And this type of scenario where we people are is a very uncertain and insecure scenario where we are going on. So a number of questions which normally arise in the minds of the students, and somehow we are also getting those questions: how the environment will change, and how they should prepare for themselves in the future.
That's a great question. So this, I'll take it from a holistic industry part, and I'll connect some stories and how the perception is changing over the time. 3 months back, when the COVID hit the market, I mean, entire industry, we were all looking with a lot of negative bias that what will happen and how it will. So all the modeling that has gone, the market has modeled. I mean, you have seen how the Sensex or the Dow fell from their lifetime highs. But as we have seen, and in the last 1 month, the traction in the industry has been great. We are getting a lot of inquiries back again. Business is coming back to usual, even though the threat persists, even though we know the cases are going on a day-to-day basis. But tough time don't stay, tough people do stay on. That's saying, of course. So it was more of a survival for the industry, which they survived. And this was something, not a structural slowdown. What is a structural slowdown is what happened in 2008-9, where uh, certain areas of market colluded and then brought back a financial slowdown that went into. This is something, an external factor that has suddenly put a stop into the economy. Suddenly everything stopped, lockdown happened, entire world stopped, production stopped, spend stopped, and there was a huge impact. And we never knew how we are going to come out of it. But slowly optimism came in. I mean, from a extreme negativity, people are getting optimistic. We are getting out again. Again, money is flowing into the industry, flowing into the market. I am seeing a lot of traction happening across the industry today. Not only healthcare, probably one or two industry like hotel and tourism and airlines, every other industry has come up and at least looking optimist now, because they have to transform. They know how. They have a limited time. They have lost already 3-4 months. Looking at this remote working, this has provided a huge change in mindset for everyone. I mean, at a CEO, CIO level, now they are saying, oh, okay, this is possible. Remote hiring, we have onboarded at least 10 engineers over last 15 days in my team, and everybody has been remotely interviewed. They have been inducted and onboarded remotely. They never came to the office. So everything happened seamlessly, and entire industry is getting there. So recruitment, future interviews, that will happen. Industry has to grow, and industry will grow. Post every such slowdown, be it 2001 or 2009 or now, we have seen the market has come back stronger, and with a force. And this is something, external factor. There will be a V-shaped recovery that we predicted. Probably will not stay too much time at the bottom of the V. And already we are seeing this. I know, all these Sensex and Dow and Nasdaq and Nifty all going up and up over the last 6 weeks. So positive exuberance, optimism has kicked in. I can see a lot of, I personally see a lot of correction happening in the market, and I can tell you that there is nothing to fear. People have seen this time. It will make only the students stronger. Prepare them for the interviews. Take up some courses. Learn something that is relevant to your subject and discipline. Learn it well. Be conceptually clear. Work on your communication, and the world is yours to take.
Thank you so much for your insight, for giving this answer for the particular question. And I hope the students will be happy to learn that there are so many opportunities lying, and they will come in the expansion of the time. And definitely they will have a number of different lines as per their streams also, and according different from their line also. So they have to be on the pace, and they have to learn a lot to be a part of this change, transformation of our life. Thank you so much, sir.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And since the subject is, the topic is healthcare. Healthcare was always recession proof. COVID has put a lot of impetus now to uplift that entire healthcare ecosystem. So if you have seen, there are a lot of transformation, lot of innovation coming in. People are building chatbots, people are building apps, and they are using low-code base to build them. Within 5 days, they are getting enterprise-grade app or chatbot ready, which can predict, which can do a lot of things, which was not earlier envisioned. So necessity is the mother of invention. COVID has put a tremendous opportunity to the healthcare to introspect, to look into, to uplift where they are. A lot of legacy systems are getting modernized, a lot of automation happening into the space. a lot of jobs will open up, a lot of money will flow into the uh, healthcare industry, be it from the government or from the private investors. A lot of money is getting in, will get into this in next 6 quarters, and I think the students should be optimistic and look healthcare as one of the industry that will grow on, and of course will have their intake.
Just wanted to add on. We have MTech in and CAST department. There we have just innovated, and through COVID testing
Yes.
is being done by the X-rays. So
Yes.
I think innovation is going everywhere, and definitely it is giving a transformation to the complete world. Not only one country, but the complete world. So I hope
Yes.
there will be number of opportunities for the students. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your answer.
Thank you. So
Over
that
to
is image
Justice.
processing again, and image processing and putting your artificial intelligence in it, and then predicting. So this is all interconnected, and I think students should benefit a lot from these use cases where the interventions in engineering interventions are making things better. It's not only doctors. So it's a legion of engineers also that works relentlessly in this industry and making it better by the day. Yeah, thanks.
That is why, like in MTech, also we have these cyber security and nanotechnology and mechatronics, and these are the people who have made this type of they have a sanitization tunnel. They have made there are so many. They have made so many innovations they have done during this time, and I hope they are really using the time.
That's a great thing, and that's real learning actually, and that should help them.
Dr. Babita, thank you. And also thanks for sharing what our students are doing. Mr. Dasgupta, although you've touched upon this point earlier while answering Dr. Babita's question and also during your presentation, but I want to go a little deeper in this. So while we know everything is positive, especially for, I'd say in 2021, things will really come up well. There are students who are going to pass out now. When I say pass out now, I'm talking about the students who either have already passed out 2020 batch or the ones who are going to pass out in 2021. What is it that they can do? How do they prepare to get into healthcare industry?
So of course, this downtime, probably when the industry is coming back on its feet, and there might be a gap which can be utilized a lot in self-learning. So I would suggest a few courses which you don't need to pay. You can go to Edureka. What is all those? Is that Edureka or Edusera? I have seen those courses. Okay, these are like automation in healthcare, role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, which Dr. Babita has told, like image processing and all, and then. What are the regulations are there in healthcare industries? Because this regulation applies to everyone and the risk associated. So if they can invest some time doing that, knowing that, that would be and do some of those courses. I mean, need not do the certification which might ask for money, but this knowledge is more important. So going through this, finding these courses in Edusera, doing it, will help them a lot. Also, look for the opportunities that comes to you. Keep an eye on the job boards. Keep an eye on where the jobs are getting published. So keep an eye on that. Subscribe to those, and definitely apply and be your confident. Best of your confidence. Bring that and bring your knowledge that, and why you want to be in healthcare is very important. See, the mission, people look a long-term career. So when an employer is employing someone, they don't want that, okay, I'm hiring a fresher and he will leave after 1 year or 2 years, because that is the industry trend that we have seen, that they don't stay beyond 2 years. So give them a vision that why you want to be in healthcare industry, the satisfaction and the pride associated with being associated with healthcare industry, because you're saving lives. You are working on saving lives, and bring that flair, learn the insights of the industrial, as I told, again, I won't repeat the regulations and the part of it. And then certain areas of technology, like how artificial intelligence and automation, because robotics is playing a big role today. Um, Precision operations are now not done by doctors but by robots. So how this interplay is happening? And third thing, of course, if time permits, is data science, because data science is the key of everything. Tons and tons of medical records are getting generated every day. In terms of your transient data that flows into the hospital system, in terms of the medical health record or electronic health record, EHR, what we say, that is being stored by, you go to a doctor for any visit, and if you have an online registration, you can find your EHR associated, and everything is there in a folder for you. Right, today everything is organized, at least in the better hospitals, and everybody is following that to more. I mean, I'm sure everybody will be onboarding the EHR board. So this, maintaining this, creating a repository, archiving them, making informed decision, and monetizing on this data, right? So data science provides you that. So this flare, you can, 2-3 topics, if students can prepare themselves, that they will be ready for the future, for sure.
Mr. Gupta, thank you. Babita ma'am, do you have any other question that we can ask Mr. Dasgupta?
No, I think we are done with it, and but definitely it is a very nice session. And just wanted to add that you have said that about AI. So I wanted to add that the CAS student, what they have done, they have taken 50-50 patterns of pneumonia, tuberculosis, and this type of patterns, and they have been fed to the machines, and through machine learning and AI mapping, then only they were making these X-rays as a diagnostic tool, so that the people can be diagnosed earlier through these X-rays. So actually, I just gone through this complete project, because it's really I feel very happy to see the medical interventions, and IT is intervening in every field, and especially in healthcare, and it is helping. Like for example, you have told about robots, and the robots are doing the surgeries and the laparoscopy and everything. So this intelligence is being used in healthcare. It is really perfectly very good, and I hope the transformation is going very well these days, and we are developing with the different world. Yeah,
and there's the future. This transformation will continue, jobs will get opened up, and this is the time to capture the
and we
future
are just
for the
teaching our students that there are so many fields that they have to work on.
and a
I
lot
hope
of
your
predictive
insight will really
analytics,
help.
madam, if you have seen, I mean, predictive analytics analysis through AI is coming into the picture. So they are correlating my heart rate when I'm walking. They are correlating my sleeping pattern. They are correlating my intake, what I'm having. If I'm putting it in a thing, they are giving me a very good prediction that what is my risk, what I should do tomorrow to keep me outside. So this is something was not even we thought of when 20 years, 15 years, 10 years back. But this is all in the realm of possibility now, and we are moving there.
True.
Yeah.
Dr. Babita, wasn't your doctorate in this area itself? Something to do with IT and medical?
Yeah, my PhD is IT interventions in healthcare, a study of large hospitals of Delhi. So I have just completed, and it is really that is why I'm saying it is really near to my heart, and I have worked a lot in this area, and I've got so many interventions, and also the transformation and innovations are still going on, and we anytime we will be coming back with so many. As you know that we are doing a STEM technology, we are doing we are going to change the world, I think, and India having such a lot of brain and things which we are working on. I hope India will be the best in healthcare. I am seeing this future of our healthcare in India.
Great, thank you, Dr. Babita. Mr. Dasgupta, that was a very insightful session focusing on healthcare, its growth potential, and the opportunities it is likely to generate. Also, how students can benefit from these future opportunities. Students hope this gives you a direction and information to create your own action plan and be ready for the opportunities that are going to knock your door. Mr. Dasgupta, thank you so much for taking out time for AKTU. On behalf of Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Vinay Kumar Pathak, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Vineet Kansal, all the faculty, and all the students, and the UIC team, I thank you for taking your time and coming here for this session.
Thank you, and I wish all the best for all the students at this time, and I'm sure they'll come out champions. Thank you.